I've already mentioned Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals on here. And one thing that you may or may not know about me, as in that video, I'm a huge Team Starkid fan. I have been a fan of theirs since I was a teenager, since since Darren Criss was a part of it. Like, that was the era that I, like, started being aware of them, knowing kind of who they were, and appreciating everything they had to offer, right? And I've been with them since then, and I have not missed a show. I have not missed an upload. I've not missed a Kickstarter. I'm all over it. So I want to talk about today which Starkid productions should be given the Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals treatment and revamped, redone, restaged with better lighting, or, in some cases with, more preparation, because there have been a few where it's like they're still on script because it was so last minute. So we're gonna start not in any particular order, to be honest, but I kind of want to talk about the older ones, right? So there's ones that I want to talk about whether they should be done, because I feel like that's the elephant in the room when it comes to Starkid, when it comes to any conversation about a certain boy wizard. So, should a Harry Potter musical be redone? Should a Harry Potter sequel be redone? Should a Harry Potter senior year be redone? I would vote yes, because first off, just want to say I do not support J.K. Rowling, Robert Galbraith, whatever the fuck she wants us to call her these days, because she is a terrible, terrible person. She is actively, and anyone who is a fan of J.K. Rowling and is actively supporting her, good on you. I guess you don't like trans people, and that's kind of horrible. But yeah, she is actively using funds from the Harry Potter franchise and the theme parks and all of that to fund trans hate. She's actively doing that and laughing at it. Fun fact, she tried to sue Team Starkid over a Harry Potter musical. She lost, because it's parody, it comes under parody, and it's not similar enough, realistically, to the order of the books or the order of the movies for her to really have a leg to stand on, to be honest. So I think they should redo it, because that is the only boy wizard I will be engaging in any sort of Harry Potter content. Plus, it would give them a chance to do it on maybe a bigger stage with better production. Obviously, they would need to get Darren back, because who the fuck else is going to do it? They've already got Joey. I feel like they'd have more luck getting Meredith back than getting the OG Hermione, if I'm entirely honest. Or maybe Angela. I think Angela would make a pretty kick-ass Hermione. But yeah, you'd get back the OGs. I feel like it would be great to see them with some money behind it, because obviously it started off as just like a little scrappy college project that went viral and led to all of this. So I think, yes, redo them, but have proceeds, or, some proceeds from the Kickstarter, go to a trans charity. Cast trans actors and actresses in the production. Drive her nuts. Do it out of spite. So yeah, I feel like those should be redone at some point. Plus, with senior year, they weren't off book because they didn't have fucking time to be off book. They did it at Comic-Con. They did it at LeakyCon. So yeah, those, absolute yes. Firebringer is one that I would love to see what they would do. Lauren directing Firebringer would be a masterpiece. Really, really would. I feel like, again, you'd have to obviously get Meredith back as Jamila. You would need to get Joe back as Ducker. Like, you'd need to. Every so often, I get like, when you get sort of vocal stems or whatever. Mine at the moment, and just every so often for the last however many years that Firebringer's been a thing, I just get, he is Lord, Duck is Lord, he is Lord, 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 Duck is Lord. Like, I just get that in my head. So yeah, you would need to get Joe back for that, which, that ain't a problem. I mean, I feel like he would come back at some point. It'd be nice to see him. It'd be nice to see some of the kind of OGs as well. Or, you know, maybe recast some of the parts, see how the newer Starkids fare with all of those roles. So yeah, we would have that. I think as well with Firebringer, the message of it would be still understood, still universal to this day about, you know, love and fire and like with the TikTok sound going viral of I don't want to do the work today. I really want to do the work today. I really want to do the work today. I don't want to do the work today. Like that has been viral on TikTok so many times. You could roll with it. You could absolutely roll with it. When people are like, I haven't seen Starkid. Yes, you have. You've heard it on TikTok. So yeah, there's that you could absolutely do. I feel like Starship you could do, and the puppets, because we've done puppets in Cinderella's castle, so we could easily revisit the puppet thing and make them better, make them bigger, more production, more monies, more happy people. I feel like you could easily do it. I feel like you could easily do it. Holy Musical Batman, I feel like these are all going to be yeses. Holy Musical Batman, absolutely. I feel like we need to redo that, especially like with the passing of Kevin Conroy. I feel like, yeah, we need to redo that. I would love to see how Jeff would handle that role now as we do that. I feel like he would make it more crazy. I feel like he's gotten crazier over the years, potentially. So I feel like that'd be a really, really good one to do. Plus, again, more budget. Annie is one that I don't hear people talk about. I think give it a go. I think that it could easily be done. The only one I think I'm going to say no to, potentially, of the older ones is Me and My Dick. I feel like that is like the only one that I would potentially say no to because of like the content of it. Could you put it on YouTube without it getting demonetized? Who knows? I feel like that's one of the only ones that I would say no to out of the older ones, to be honest. With the other no's, it's because they're too recent. So I feel like Cinderella's Castle doesn't need to be redone because it was not long ago. It was literally last year. Nerdy Prudes, again, I don't think you should touch for a little bit. Black Friday, I feel like we need to revisit. Because we've done Guy, I feel like Black Friday is the obvious next step. I would love to see what Angela does with Lex now, realistically. And now that we've seen more of the Hatchetfield saga, universe, whatever the hell you want to call it, now that we've seen more of that and we know so much more, it would be so cool to see what they would do with the characters from a more informed standpoint, you know? Because with Guy, I love the little moments when we could go, oh my god, yeah, he mentioned Grace Chastity. Oh my god, he mentioned Grace Chastity. Like, I mean, that's what I was doing. I was just screaming from my couch, from this very couch. I was just there, like, yes, oh my god, oh, he mentioned Grace Chastity. Oh, I love Grace Chastity. Like, and like when he said like Nerdy Prude and stuff like that, I'm like, yes, we're hearing more about us. And seeing Max Jagerman and Ruth make like little appearances, I'm like, yes, especially with Will in the cast. And yeah, anyway, I will stop rambling about 30 Fruits and Black Friday. But yeah, anyway, I feel like that needs revisiting. Twisted. I feel like with Wicked being so bloody popular now, Twisted should get another go. Plus, we get Dylan back. I miss Dylan. I feel like Dylan, I don't know, he's one of my most missed of the OG Starkids, if I'm entirely honest. I feel like we need him. We need a bit of Dylan back in our lives, at least I do. I feel like his voice is just absolutely magnifique, amazing. But yeah, we could definitely do that. We could do Twisted, we could revisit that. And also, again, with the whole Jeff being a bit more into Starkid now, with him being a more established member. What would he do with Aladdin? But yeah, I could go into many more, but I don't want to make this a very, very, very long video. But yeah, I feel like most of the others would be a yes. So, which Starkid musicals do you think need restaging? Which ones would you leave alone? Which ones would you, I don't know, put in the bin and forget they ever existed? Because yeah, I know a few of mine.